Hello and welcome to my first tutorial for this silly little candy dragon thing. This is my 3,000 subscriber special. And I just want to say, before we start, thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. That's actually insane. I actually can't believe it. But thank you so much for everything. I'm going to start with silly little tutorial guy. Oh, wait. Before we start, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of scissors, some of this elastic stretch cord. This is the string that you should be using for this project. And of course, beads to make it. Now that you have your materials, here's step one of the process. Designing it. If you would like, you can take a screenshot of this and paint it over. But I would recommend before you start your design to heavily think of how much of each color beads you have. If you have a lot of pink, do a pink dragon. If you have a lot of green, do a green dragon, etc., etc. My dragon for today, just the worm base for now, is a Pinkie Pie My Little Pony inspired dragon. You're going to start with about this much string. Why does that not cut? What the heck? This is probably too much for this project, but it's better to have more than less because then you have to add more on. Now that we have our string, design, and beads, we're going to start by stringing the first bead, so that's the one at the very nose of the dragon. So now you have the bead on the end of the string. What you're going to do is you're going to take the next two beads, because there's two in the next pattern. You're going to put them onto one string, and you're going to take the other string, and you're going to thread it through the two beads that are already on the other string. It's a little bit tricky, but once you get that, you can pull and string it on. Eyeball, bead, eyeball, as you can see. You're going to put it on one of the strings, and you're going to thread the other string through. And pull. We're just going to keep going. See, it's kind of just as simple as that. You just string on the beads and then put both strings through the same bead and then pull it. If you have any specific questions about that, I can answer them in the comments. But that's basically how simple it is. But jump skip. Jump skip? What the heck is a jump skip? Time skip. Whoa, magic. But now I'm going to show you how to tie it because it's pretty simple. You put your last bead on the string, and instead of going through the last time, you just tie a knot, trim off the ends, and if you want to, you can just quickly hide the knot in one of the beads. And there! This is our base. Now, let's get to the hard part, the wings. So the wings are going to end up looking like this. And this looks very complicated, but trust me, it's pretty simple if you know how to do it correctly. Where'd the string go? Where the hell did the string go? You're going to cut the string about the same length, about there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the string and we're going to thread it through the very end bead of the first four. Just this bead. We're just going to thread it through this bead. We're going to do the same ladder stitch movement type thing, where what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bead, I'm going to put it on one end, we're going to take the string, thread it through that end, and we're going to go to the other end. It's a ladder stitch. And then once we pull that, it's a little bit tangled, that's okay. Once we pull that, it's going to look like this. And this is the start of our wing. You're just going to have to do that 11 more times. So, let's get to ladder stitching. Very much trust the process, because if you don't trust the process, you're going to be utterly horrified. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not including the one that we originally started with that's still attached to the candy dragon worm thing. Excess string. So what we're going to do with this excess string, so you're going to look at your line thingy and you're going to count to the 5th bead. So it's not including the one that's attached to the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your 5th bead. You're going to put your string through your 5th bead if it will. Okay, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, you put your string through your 5th bead, and you're going to put the other end of the same string through the 6th bead. Here you go. So it should look something like this. Now, guess what we're doing more of? The ladder stitch. Why, of course. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing this whole time. 1 bead on, that fell off. 1 bead on, other side of the string through the same bead, pull. Yeah, and then we do 5 of those for this one. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we tie the 5th one. When you lay it out flat, you should have something like this. A lot of the times, I accidentally do something where it like lines up wrong and that's on the wrong side. If that happens, I would recommend just try again, flip it, make sure it goes and lines up right. We're gonna do this again, and we're gonna count to the 6th bead this time, which we already know is right there, but let's count anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We put one side of the string through the 6th bead, the other side of the string through the 7th. Do not say it. And we're gonna do that again. So just, if you're confused, rewatch that part, because I'm not explaining it again. Okay, that's done. And now we're gonna go on to this inner section of the wing with like the orange part and the white part, that part. This time, it's not ladder stitch. I know, but we've stepped up in society. So I'm gonna take out the string, you know, just do whatever your heart desires. This is probably enough. You're gonna take your string and you're gonna tie it right here, in between this, the second little arm, and this bead. Whoa, now you have a knot. You're gonna take the end, the longer end, so there's gonna be 2 ends, the short end, long end. Take the long end of this, and you're gonna thread it through the 8th bead. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thread it through the 8th bead, and we're gonna put the color that we want on the inside of the wings on the string. And then you're gonna put the end through the first. This is really complicated, but if you just watch what I'm doing, I'm pretty sure you can catch on. Like this. So you tie it here, you put it through this bead, you put a bead on, and then you put it through this bead. So now we're gonna put a bead on the string. Okay. And it's gonna go through the first bead on the next string. Wow, we're just gonna do that again. Bead. And then we're gonna put it through this bead. So it's not this one, this one. Can you see that? Not this one. We're gonna put it through this one. Just so that it has enough. It's just how the structure works. Now, we're gonna take this, the end of the string. We just pulled it through this one. We're gonna put it through the one that's right next to it. Like this, if it's working. So we'll kind of like, there's 2 strings there now. And now, we're gonna put 2 beads on this. 2 beads. And then we're gonna put it through the one that has not had anything put through it again. So 2 beads, put it through this thing. We're gonna, you know, do that a bunch. So 2 beads, put it through the string. You can see that. 2 beads, put it on the string. and put it through, not the one that the other one has already gone through, you're gonna put it through the one right next to it. So it's kind of confusing and it's really easy to mess up, but if you mess up, it's completely fine. Just take your time trying to like figure it out for yourself, even though like you can rely on this tutorial, but really the only way you can truly learn how to do it is by trying it yourself and experimenting with it. So now we're gonna put it through the one it just came out of, we're gonna put it through the one next to it. You can see it's kind of starting to take shape into a wing of sorts. Okay, and then we've done the 3, we've done the 2, we've done the 1. This is our last one. We're going to go through this bead right here. Can you see that? Go through the one right next to it. Came out this one, go through the one right next to it. We're now going to put 4 beads on. The last bead should not have any string going through it other than the one that's keeping it on. So if this last bead has a string through it, then you didn't do it the way I did it, which is completely fine. If it still looks fine, then I would recommend just keeping it as it is, because it's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to fix. All I'm saying is mistakes happen. If you make a mistake while making this entire thing, I would say just roll with it and just make it part of the uniqueness of the little dragon guy. Okay, pulled it together. The wing is done. I'm too lazy to tie them both in different places, so I'm just gonna like weave it in and out until I get to where the extended string is, and then I'm just gonna tie it there. Snippy, snippy, snippy. Alrighty, that's one wing done. We're like almost done the dragon, guys. So now all you're gonna do is do that again on the other side. Time lapse. Thumbs up. Why did I say the word thumbs up? My thumb was already up. What? My time lapse didn't work, everyone, but I finished the other wing. I hope you didn't have any troubles with making any of them. If you made any mistakes or had any troubles, please comment them below, and I can definitely try my best to help you out with those. Now I'm going to take some glue and just glue all the knots a little bit. If you are, like, please get an adult to help you with this if you're not, like, above the age of 14 or whatever, because don't use this glue. I've glued my fingers together and had to rip them apart several times. Just don't use super glue. Or if you do, don't use this glue. So here's a montage of me trying not to glue my fingers together, if the time lapse works this time. I didn't glue my hands together. I know, I've made so much progress as a human being. I didn't glue my fingers together. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. That's actually insane. I love you all so much. That is a simple version of this design. Here, these two are kind of simple. This one has some legs. If you want to add legs, I can show you how to add legs. Just comment below. And this one has 4 wings. And it's a little bit complicated. But I'm sure that all of you will be able to do any design you want with the amount of practice that you need. Thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Bye.